Also, this is Nick's first record with us. And
I'm partial to this album for some reason. I don't know what it is.
But he's been a huge just addition to the band, and a big part of writing this record, and just done a ton of work on this record. So I think you'll hear his stamp on it as well, which is a positive thing for sure.
Yeah, well, why don't you tell us where Kutless is at right now? There's been some changes throughout the years. Who's still with the band? And of course Nick is new. Anybody else new since the beginning?
Jeff and Dave joined us about 3 years ago, and other than that, it's just James and myself have been here since the very beginning. But yeah, for the past 3 years, Jeff and Dave have been with us, and then Nick joined us about a year ago. Huh?
Yeah, last April.
Yeah,
07.
Cool. How'd you come about finding Nick?
He's random.
He's been a buddy of ours for a little while. He lives down in Chino, California, and we have a handful of mutual friends from California down there, and that's how we first originally met. But we actually ended up. He was in some local bands down there and stuff, and we just ended up hanging out a bunch. And we knew he played guitar, and we were in need of a guitar tech, and so we invited him to come out on the road with us and be our guitar tech. And he did that for just over a year, and just diligently working away, making sure the guitars are in tune and everything was working right, and did an awesome job. And then when Ryan our last guitarist decided to leave the band, it was funny because Nick had actually filled in for Ryan a couple of times when Ryan had to be home. So it was funny because Nick already had done a couple shows with us, knew all our music, and so we were like, well, we need a guitarist. Nick, well, he already knows everything. He's on the road with us already. And so it was really cool because one of the things about adding somebody to your band is that you in a sense are inviting them into your family, because they're going to live with you on the bus. You're going to spend day in and day out, crazy hours and in very tight confined space. People often ask us, they say, man, what's it like to be on a tour bus? And we're like, well, just move into a studio apartment with like 12 of your friends, and that's pretty much the way we live.
Shove it down the highway at 60 miles an hour.
Yeah. It's a 45-foot by 8-foot hallway with 12 bunks in it, and a couple couches, and that's pretty much where we live. So you definitely don't want to bring somebody into that environment that you can't stand. And so that's one of the things that was so great was Nick had already been on the bus with us, already been on the road with us. We knew we liked him, and knew that he'd just be an awesome addition to the band, and it really has been a great thing so far. So
and you're used to his smell and
exactly.
Bad
Not
habits.
quite. It's getting there.
So are you still the guitar tech then, or you got someone else taking care of that?
Kind of work at helping each other out a lot. I think it's been good, especially those last few months, especially like the last Newsboys tour we were on. We all just kind of had to help pitch in together and load and unload the trailer and kind of help serve each other. And it's kind of been a good thing as we're looking now to get more crew and stuff going. Cool. It's been good for everybody, I think, just helping each other.
Yeah.
So what'd you think when they came to you and asked, hey, you want to be in the band?
Oh, dude, dream come true. Honestly, awesome. This is what I wanted to do my whole life, but it's kind of just not how I saw God taking me to this point. So it's just kind of rad to look back on everything, and the things that didn't make sense as they're happening just totally make sense, and looking back at it and just seeing that God was opening doors and shutting doors and definitely has me where I am for a reason. So
cool.
It's good.
It always works that way.
Yeah. Makes sense.
God,
later.
what are you doing? This isn't the way I planned it. Come on. Oh, that was a better plan. You're right.
I do like this.
Yeah, he can be that way. Well, if you go to Kutless's website, kutless.com, they have right on the homepage introducing Nick.
Yeah.
So you can read more about Nick right there.
Yeah.
Cool.